Ooh, a channel update video. That can only mean one of two things. Either he's going to completely trash the game and burn it down, or he's going to announce that his channel is dying and that he's going to work at McDonald's. Either way, I'm in, right? Well, no, not really. The reason I'm doing a channel update at all is because, I've been uploading some content on other games. I've done some Siege videos. I've done that one Anthem video, and I've been streaming other games as well. And the number one comment that I keep seeing on YouTube, and that I definitely keep seeing in my Twitch chat, is Marco, is the Division dead now? No more Division. Have you quit the Division? What's going on with the Division? And I guess I just want to talk about it, where I want to take my channel in the future, answer the question for you, which I guess I'll just do right now. No suspense, right? No, I'm not quitting the Division. No, I don't think it's a trash game. No. It's just, I think I've lost my passion for the game. And I'll explain that a little bit more in just a few seconds. And I guess I wanted to combine that by talking about the upcoming update, talking about the future of my channel, the things that I do want to try out, and, all that stuff, I guess, because it's been a while since I made a video like this, because usually there's not a whole lot to talk about. It's usually either I'm very busy with my channel because there's a lot of stuff to talk about Division related, or I'm not very busy with my channel because there isn't a lot of stuff to talk about. So now I guess that, we're sort of gonna look into the future. I guess I got some stuff to share, and I thought a video like this would be a good idea. So yeah. We'll start by talking about The Division 2, just to get it out of the way, because I guess that's why most people probably clicked on this video. What's my opinion on the whole thing? I think it's a pretty good game. That's probably not the answer you expected, because I've been pretty harsh of it, but, the game got high review scores from pretty much all of the review outlets, and I'd say that anyone who even remotely like looter shooters and picks up this game will get their money's worth. I think that the scores that the reviewers gave are justified. I just don't think it's the game for me anymore personally in the long run, simply because it's a pretty good game and that's it. It's not more than that, And that might sound weird to some of you. Some of you might say, well, if it's a pretty good game, then what's the point? If you get your money's worth, then what's the point? But I think I just need something to be passionate about, really. I want something that I can be creative with. And if I don't have that, then the thing, I don't know, it might as well not exist for me. For me, Division 2 really started to feel like a fun game that you can definitely play on the side here and there, but it's not going to be something that would be my main game in the long run. And there's nothing wrong with that. A lot of games fall into this category, like Prey, for example, which I thought was a really, really good game. Really enjoyed that. But that also ended up falling into the category of a side game. I played it for about 40 hours, which included the Moonbase DLC. Really good, but ultimately something that I'm going to play on the side, and not something that I'm going to be truly passionate about. Same for Subnautica, for example. Really fun game, but played it for 12 hours, put it away, probably never going to play it again. But still, really good game. Same for BioShock Infinite, same for Frostpunk, which also kept me busy for 40 hours. Same for The Witcher 3, 60 hours there, I think. Same for Portal 2, Firewatch only 3 hours. Prince of Persia, Dishonored, the list goes on and on and on. I'm just looking through my Steam library right now. There are a lot of pretty good games out there that all deserve very high review scores. And I can walk away from those games saying, damn, that was a pretty good game. And I think that Division 2 also falls into that category. But the fact that it's not more than that means that I also don't really want to base my whole channel around it anymore. It's just like, it's a pretty good game, and that's it, That's it. And I think that's also where the differences come from with, all the people on Reddit and Twitter and YouTube saying, oh, it's a great game, man. What are you complaining about? And I'm just sitting here like, I think that's where the differences come from, because a lot of the times when I see people say The Division 2 is a great game, they say, oh, I've played for 100 hours. I've put it down now, but I've played for 100 hours, had fun every one of those hours. I definitely got my money's worth. And sure, you got your money's worth, but when I'm looking for a game, when I'm playing the game, I'm not looking to get my money's worth. Most of the times, I'm not even looking at the price. I don't care if it's free to play, if it's full priced, or even if it's subscription based. I really don't really care about that. I just want a game that I can really lose myself in, really be passionate about, something that can essentially replace my real life, something that I can play for 10 hours a day and still be creative with, still have fun with, still just keep going and going and going, which is, I guess, a pretty unrealistic expectation for a video game to have. And it's sort of unique to my position, being a YouTuber and having this much free time and that kind of stuff. But I do look back at games and I think, those games were games that I was really passionate about. One example would be Halo 3. I don't think Halo 3 necessarily had more content than The Division 2. I think they both filled with content, but I think Halo 3 had more varied content. It had competitive PvP with a true skill rank, but it also had Forge, which then allowed everybody to make their own maps, and custom games, which brought things to life, such as Fat Kit or Jenga Towers, if anybody played those custom games ever. And it made for almost endless replayability because you wanted to get better at the game. You wanted to get all the secrets in the campaign. You wanted to make your own maps. You wanted to play custom games with your friends all day. You could just do that for hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands upon thousands of hours. And am I saying that other games need to have that for it to be my main game? Absolutely not, because I've also mained Heroes of the Storm and The Division 1. Both of those games became my main game at one point in my gaming career, I guess is how we'll call it. Both of those games I sunk thousands of hours into them, while they didn't really have those features. So now you're saying, well, that's probably just nostalgia you're talking about, because if we're being honest, I think that Division 2 is a lot better at launch than the Division 1 was. So why play the Division 1 and stick with the Division 1 for so long and kind of not feel the same way about the Division 2? And I think that's not necessarily something to do with the game. I mean, PvP is a little lackluster. It's not as much fun, but I think it's also just me and the fact that I just know so much about the game now, know so much about the franchise that it's not new anymore. When I first played the Division 1, everything was new. If I look back at my older footage, I'm playing with a turret as my skill, and I'm using like a survivor link at the start of a fight when I play PvP. Everybody was bad at the game. Nobody really knew how it all worked. Nobody even knew what skill haste did or how the talents worked and all that stuff. And I think with the Division 1, the first couple of months, it was a lot of experimentation, trial and error. And that's what also kept the game very interesting. But now, if you look at the Division 2, I'm just so knowledgeable, sucking my own cock here, but I'm just so knowledgeable about this franchise that, I can make a DPS calculator, and I made one before the game even launched. I can look at the list of talents and I can instantly tell which ones are going to be the best, which ones are going to work in what way, and which ones are probably not going to be worth using. And that's how I play the game now. I want to make a video for like the best DPS build. I go to my spreadsheet, I write down what items I need to collect. I go in game and I grind the same activity over and over again until RNG gives me the items that I wrote down on the spreadsheet. There isn't much experimentation there. There isn't much creativity there, I guess. That's what's missing too, I guess. I just cannot be creative with this game anymore because I just look at the list and I already know what's good and what's bad. So while the Division 1 was about discovery for me, about, again, experimentation, creativity, the Division 2 is just not that at all. And then, of course, the same goes for the videos. If I made a video about the Division 1, about a super strong talent or a super strong build, it was always in the light of, look at this thing that I just discovered in the game. I'm very excited about this because I don't think anybody knows this yet, and I want to show it to you. That's how the Division 1 videos were. But now, if I make a video on, for example, my build or the best talents, I'm not that excited about it. You can tell when I'm making those videos. It's just that I put one and one together when I look at the spreadsheet. I put it into a video, and even though the videos now are of a lot higher quality than that they were back then, I'm not having as much fun with it because I'm not being creative anymore. It's like, I don't know. I just look at all the stats. Oh, gotta be this, this, and this. Time to make another video. It's just more about putting out guides that people will want to see more than exploring and playing the game myself and experimenting with it. And when the game has no surprises for you to offer whatsoever, it just, I don't know, it just comes down to doing the same couple of activities and you just don't get excited for the game anymore. The only thing that's left then is actually playing the game and trying to get better at it. But it just so happens to be that I think The Division 2 has one of the lowest skill gaps in any game ever. So I think if I played that game for 1,000 hours, I wouldn't be much better at it than if I never played it. So it doesn't really give me any motivation to play the game a lot either. So what am I doing then? I'm just playing it for the money. Am I supposed to make all those build videos with like best build, patch proof, 1 point whatever the fuck, best DPS gear set, 78 billion trillion bazillion DPS per fucking bullet? Yeah, baby, all in caps. Give me those clicks. Yeah, maybe that's what I should be doing. That's probably what I should be doing, honestly. That's gonna give me so much money. So much money. But fuck no, man. That's not why I started YouTube. I promised myself to never become one of those clickbait channels that just hypes up every single game and then just milks the fuck out of them just for a couple of clicks. And I think even with the Division 2, I already came pretty close to that. I can definitely say that I've made a couple of Division 2 videos that I didn't really feel like making, but I was like, choose the money. Why the fuck not? For example, the vendor reset videos, I can tell you that I didn't make those because I was passionate about the vendor resets. I just made them because, hey, it's money, right? So, and I fucking hated it. It's like, this is not what I want to do. You know, this is not what I want to do for the rest of my fucking life with YouTube. With the Division 3, Division 4, and then the Division spin-off, which is a mobile game. So I don't even know where the fuck this is going. But this is not what I want to keep doing over and over because I don't know. It's just, there's no creativity here. Truth be told, though, is that I'm not really sure what to do next with my YouTube. Because, we have the raid that's coming. And that's, again, that is still something that I'm quite looking forward to. That is actually one of the things that, I want to play. I want to see what they're doing with the raid. I want to see if it's not just a DPS check, but I want to see how far I can go, how fast we can complete it. That's actually something that I'm still quite excited about, right? But after that, you know, what am I supposed to do? Just grind the Dark Zone again for just a couple gear sets, just so I can make a video showcasing the gear sets on how mediocre they probably are, or how strong they are. Like, be like, hey, this build's broken. But that's not being creative with videos. It's just like going through the motions, getting the items, putting it in a video, and cashing the fuck out. You know what I mean? I see everybody is getting excited for Borderlands 3. And I got nothing against Borderlands, but I don't know. Might be a fun game. Might be a game that you can definitely play for a good amount of hours, but not something that I can get passionate about. Not something that I want to just completely cover on my YouTube. It would be a good idea if I would do that because, I can make probably a ton of guides on that. I can already see the videos right now. How to get the Warhound exotic weapon in Borderlands 3. A quick money farm in Borderlands 3. How to get to the secret loot room in Borderlands 3. Easter eggs. 5 things I wish I knew when I started playing Borderlands 3. 7 things you should be doing in Borderlands 3. I don't really want to go there. I mean, I could, but it's not the type of content that I get really excited about making. It's just the type of content that I know will get a lot of money. And despite what some of you guys might think, you know, a lot of you think I'm a sellout, but I'm not in this just for the money, okay? But yeah, if that's not what I want to do, then what direction do I want to go with the channel? You know, I've been thinking about some stuff. I could be a games reviewer, go that route, or games critic, as they call it. I could go the same way that Upper Echelon Gamers and SkillUp went. Covering game-related news. Those things have crossed my mind, but I just don't think I'd be the right person to do that, simply because I just don't care about a lot of games being released. And even though I wouldn't be making guides, I'd still have to play through the game just so I can review it, just so I can put a review up on my channel, just so I can get some money. This is actually one of the reasons why I do respect SkillUp's work a lot, because he doesn't just push out reviews of every single game out there. He just reviews games that he actually likes to play himself as well, right? At least he does stuff that he's interested in. But truth be told, even if I look at his channel, 75% of the games that he covers aren't games that I'd even be willing to try. Maybe I'm too judgmental, and I've never even played all of these games. But if I look at Days Gone, it just looks like a generic open world game with like some shitty story. And it's a PS4 exclusive. I'm not going to play something on a PS4. I don't even have a PS4. Don't really want to get a PS4 either. Mortal Kombat 11, I don't really care about fighting games. Could be a really good game, but I just don't care about fighting games. Then we have Far Cry. I feel like I've played too much Far Cry already. I've played Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, Far Cry 4. And then after Primal, I just felt like it kind of went downhill. It just lost its appeal to me. Metro Exodus, yeah, that was a pretty good game. But again, one of those games that I would put in the side games category. You play that for 12 hours and then you probably never touch it again. I could have made a review about that. I played it. It was a pretty good game, but it is what it is. Then we have Resident Evil 2. Hong Kong Massacre. Hades. Grizz. Like, what are these games even? I wouldn't know. So yeah, I could review games, but I'd probably post a review once every 3 months if there's actually a game that I'm interested in. Or I could talk about games-related news, except I also don't really care about that. Oh, this developer said this to that developer, and now they're not so happy with each other. They're no friends anymore. You know, just like the thing with the recent Borderlands 3 CEO who got in a fight with like the claptrap voice over guy or something like that. Like, they're talking shit about each other on Twitter. Oh, but this guy physically assaulted me 2 years ago. Yeah, it's real mature of you to cry about it on Twitter right now. I mean, I just like, what? Is this really the type of shit people are talking about? And you could be saying, well, Marco, it's a physical assault. Well, that could mean a lot of things. Like, if it was anything serious, if he really beat up the guy, he would have already been in jail. Or it would have been covered like 2 years ago. The guy probably had a bruise, nothing more than that. He probably fucked his wife a week later, and his wife probably grabbed him a little bit too hard. And he's like, oh, no, not there. I can still feel Randy there. That's the worst case scenario. It's like, really? You're going to cry about this on Twitter now? It just looks so bad. I just feel like I'm watching a show. You won't believe what Kim Kardashian said this time. I guess I just don't care enough about the games industry as a whole to really talk about all that petty stuff. Same with like microtransactions on loot boxes. Yeah, loot boxes are bad, but I mean, I don't think I've ever bought a single in-game item ever. I'm actually trying to think of something right now, but no, I don't think I've bought anything ever in games. So it's just like, it's not where my interests lie at all. So yeah, to get back to the topic of what are the plans for the future of my channel, that's a good fucking question. I don't know yet. I tried Siege, I really wanted to give Siege a proper try. And although I can see it's a pretty fun game, I just feel like now that I'm starting to get the game, it feels a little bit slow, especially on defense. And the solo player ranked grind is just god awful. And yeah, I know, get a group. I did play with friends, but I also need something that I can just grind solo as well for me to really lose myself in the game, because I'll play like at 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning sometimes, and nobody's going to be online at that time. So I can't be playing 5-stack all the time. The game needs to be enjoyable by yourself as well. And also, if I'm playing 5-stack, I can't really see any self-improvement. I don't know if I'm just getting carried or if I'm actually getting better at the game. And if I want to main a game, I actually want to get really good at it. So I don't want to get carried all the time. That's also another thing. So I don't think that Siege is the game for me. But I did enjoy making those Siege videos, just as I very much enjoyed that Anthem video. Say what you want about those videos, but I had fun. I had more fun making those videos than I had making my Division 2 content. Because it allowed me to be more creative again. Do something new, something refreshing. I also hope that Halo on PC is going to be good, and in turn Halo 6 as well. I don't think it will be as popular as Halo 3 was back in the day, even if Halo 6 is super, super good. But that's potentially a game that I can see myself playing for a very long time. If the story is good, the story can be kind of meh, let's be honest. It's a one-time experience. But if the multiplayer is good, if the Forge is good, if the custom games are good, if there's like an active player base, if there's updates for it, that's a game I can see myself playing for a very long time. And I also checked out Splitgate, that Splitgate game, which is like Halo with portals. It's a pretty fun game, I don't know how popular that's going to be because I don't know. It's hard to jump into this market, especially with an arena shooter nowadays. But yeah, I'm definitely going to check that out as well. And also check out games like Cyberpunk and all that other stuff, all other good games that are coming at E3, I guess. But yeah, to be fair, I don't really know what I'm going to do 100% on my channel yet. So I guess what I want to say with this video is that you're going to see stuff about the raid. But after that, expect a lot of experimentation going on. There will still be some Division content, because I don't just want to abandon Division 2 completely. Because even though a lot of the stuff there is boring to me, there's also still some stuff that excites me there. Such as the raid, and maybe some other stuff with future content. So I don't just want to throw it away outright. I mean, it's still a good game to me. It's just not something I can be truly passionate about. But yeah, other than that, I'm probably going to do a lot of experimentation. Maybe more videos similar to my most recent Anthem video. I don't know. I had a lot of fun making that. I was just grinning the whole time when I was editing it. So that's the stuff I want to do, I guess. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you guys. All right, that's going to be it for me. Bye.